Quinn, it is time. It is week 4. It's pure chaos here. Predicting games is impossible at this point, but we'll try. Let's do it.
You stink. Absolutely terrible, man. He's so stupid it hurts.
And apologies to you guys. And Quinn just said this in his before his power rankings. As he was actually doing his power rankings, I added up my total record in terms of predictions because we want to acknowledge that and see how good or awful we've been doing. So week 1, I was 10-6. Week 2, I was 6-10. And then week 3, I was 10-6 again in picks, bringing my total record to 26-22. And Quinn, you said you were 8-8 every week?
Yep. So I believe that is 24. 24.
And 24? Oh, my God. We got to break that trend, Quinn. Let's get into some games here and pretend that primetime music is in the background because it will be when people watch this. All right. Thursday night football. We got a doozy here. Not really. Sorry, Jeff Bezos. Cowboys at the Giants here. Man, Quinn, I'm tempted to go with the upset and pick the Giants here, especially with the lack of Cowboys running defense. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with Dallas. I think, again, the talent will be just enough to get them over the edge and win this game. And as bad as Dallas's run defense is, I mean, the Giants' running game is bad. So maybe it evens out at the end. So give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I am also too tempted to choose the Giants here because, I mean, Malik Neighbors would be the game-winning thing here, but the Cowboys seem to just trounce the Giants, and so I think the Cowboys might turn it around here. It is tempting, but I'll also go with the Cowboys.
All right, Bengals at the Panthers. Bengals, I swear, if you can't win this game right off the season, and maybe this could be Andy Dalton's revenge game because he's a former Bengal, and I understand they look better, but come on. You're still the Bengals. Like, you have Burrow. Like, I'm going to go with them here because they should win. It'll probably be closer because of Dalton playing, but I'm going to go with Cincy here to finally get a win.
This is tough because I do kind of want to choose the Panthers here because of how they looked, but they looked bad. Andy Dalton just came back one game. It could be a good revenge game for him, but I mean, with how the Bengals played last week and versus the Chiefs, they should be able to win this one. I mean, they're not the Raiders.
Wow, nice shot at them. But let's go to the Saints at the Falcons. Another tough one for me to pick because it's hard to gauge at the Saints because last week was their first two tests, and they didn't look good on offense, but they could still be a good team while Atlanta arguably should have won. I'm going to go with Atlanta to narrowly edge them here because they impressed me a little bit more. I think their offense will perform better, and the Falcons got a good defense as well, and I think they'll be able to shut down the Saints. So I'm going to say Kirk Cousins wins.
Yeah, I think with the Saints stumbling against the Eagles, it feels like they're going like 90 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden they got into some speed bumps and had to slow down. I don't know if they're going to be able to just go right back up to speed after this game. It might have been a little discouraging, especially losing at home against the Eagles, who have hurt two of our players, and then we're already out a few. So, but I think with how the Falcons have been playing, like you said, their defense has been very good. I think the Falcons are going to win here. They can keep the Saints going that slow 20 miles an hour.
Just like you when you drive 20 miles an hour. All right, let's go to the Jags at the Texans. I mean, the thing is, I want to just immediately say Houston, period. But with all these upsets and the disappointing way Houston's played offense, Jags could somehow sneak a victory. I'm going to say no, though, and stick with Houston. It'll probably be a lower scoring game considering both these offensive struggles. But I just think Houston's got the talented team and the better quarterback right now. So I think the Texans edge them out.
Yeah, the Jags have just been bad. I mean, I think the Texans are going to win this game as well.
It's straight to the point. I love it. Broncos at the Jets. Dear God, I swear if Denver just all of a sudden pulls a random victory out of their ass again, I'm going to cry. I'm going to go against them, though, still, just because the Jets, I think, have a better defense than Tampa does all around. And they got a veteran quarterback in Rodgers. Again, this will probably be a low-scoring game, considering both these defenses are good. But I never thought I'd say this, but please win, Jets. I don't need the Broncos to ruin my predictions again.
Yeah, I mean, I believe last year the Broncos got a win and won a couple games. But I'm going to choose the Jets here as well. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I trust him to beat the rookie quarterback and Sean Payton.
All right, Vikings at the Packers, maybe one of the more anticipated matchups of the week. Quinn, I'm going to say the Vikings ride continues with the undefeated season, with Love or without Love, especially without Love, even though Levis has been, or not Levis, wrong quarterback. He's been terrible. But Love,
Malik
I know
Willis.
Malik Willis. I know LaFleur said, like, oh, Love is getting better every day, but I'm pretty sure it's what every coach has to say about an injured player, so we don't know how he actually is. But, yeah, I'm going to say the Vikings just because they look so good on offense, and I don't think it's going to stop even though it's at Lambeau.
So this season, I expect the Packers and Vikings to split. I know the Vikings have been doing really well, but this is a classic rivalry. I mean, Aaron Jones coming back. He's going to be a little salty to Green Bay. The Packers are going to be salty because that guy left. I choose to use the word guy instead of another more explicit term. But I'm going to... Logically, I'm thinking more Vikings probably, but I'm going to go with the Packers here at Lambeau Field. With
Wow, I'm so surprised.
Yeah. Me too. Packer. Go, Pack, go.
But speaking of probably being biased, Steelers at the Colts here. People might say that this could be a trap game because we know how much the Steelers love to play down the teams that they should definitely beat. But Steelers, I think, are going to win this because if Anthony Richardson has been this ass against these defenses, have fun with TJ Watt in your face. This man might throw like 4 picks against this secondary because this defense is scary. And they might be able to generate something with Jonathan Taylor because he might give the Steelers run defense a scare. But I just think Justin Fields is going to outduel Richardson. The fact that Fields has only turned the ball over once and Richardson has turned it over way too many times to count already, that'll be the difference. The Steelers will play clean football and the Colts won't.
That's the kind of difficult thing here, I think. It feels like the Steelers have a limiter on their car. Like, they can only go 70 miles an hour. Actually, with the scoring, probably more accurate.
What is with your car references, man?
It's just the Steelers, they have to win this game by scoring not a lot. Like, I think the Colts have much higher ceiling with Richardson and scoring than the Steelers. Because, again, like you said, really good defense, but you're not really scoring a lot of points. So it's a tough choice here, but I think I'll go for a bit of the upset here, and I'll say the Colts win this one. That Anthony Richardson, even though he's bad, I think he might come in here, decide to actually hitch up his pants and start playing well, or at least well enough to score a few touchdowns, 1 or 2, and then maybe Taylor gets 21 points. That's probably hard for the Steelers to beat points-wise.
Hitch up his pants. What is he, a Boy Scout here? I mean, and picking against the Steelers went so well for you last week, didn't it? But let's go to the Rams at the Bears. This is another one where I just want to flip a coin and see who wins this. I'm going to say the Rams just because I trust Stafford more than Williams. I trust the veteran more. And even though they have a lack of weapons, they still have some. I mean, Kyron, as long as he stay healthy, is one of the better backs. And Tutu Atwell might step up and be their number one. And the Rams defense, while not spectacular at all, did shut down the Niners in the second half. And yes, the Bears defense is really good. I will say that. But the Rams offense might just be too much for them. And I can't believe I'm saying that with all the injuries they have. But it's just the performance of Williams in this offense just don't inspire me that much. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
Like you said, that's kind of a tough choice in the sense that the Rams offense is like it's like they have a broken leg and they're limping along, seeing how far they can get in the race. And the Bears are just kind of trying to figure out how to use their new like robotic legs they just got. And I think it'll be tough in the sense of the Bears defense against the Rams, who have only really Kyron Williams and Tutu Atwell. Would the Rams be able to overcome that? I don't know. I mean, the Bears, they are at home. Their one win this season was at home. I believe it was against the Titans. But Caleb Williams has to figure out how to do better, and he's playing against, the veteran Stafford. And the Rams defense hasn't been so good this season, at least stats-wise, it seems. And before they had a really good young defense, but
that's what happens when Aaron Donald's retired.
That's true. I'm going to do a bit of an upset and choose the Bears here, I think.
Boo. Okay. Eagles at the Buccaneers. Sorry, Quinn. I'm going against your boys. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to win this game, which I know is tough because they looked horrible against Denver, which means they're going to be even more pissed off and want to beat the Eagles. And yes, there is proof that this offense can do good without their weapons, but they're without their weapons, A.J. Brown and Devontae. That's concerning. And yes, they have Saquon, but Tampa, led by Villa, is a decent run defense. And I don't think Baker and the offense is going to perform this bad every week, to be honest. No disrespect to Philly. They don't have a Patrick Surtain. They have decent corners, but they don't have someone like him. So I think the Tampa offense will perform a little bit better. I think the defense should be able to shut down Philly enough. It'll be close, but I'm going to go with Tampa narrowly beating Philly.
Well, first off, I'd say this is a good revenge game for the Eagles against that loss in the playoffs against the Bucs. And I think you forgot about one man on the Eagles that I think would have something to say about losing to the Bucs, and that would be Saquon Barkley. I'm taking the Eagles here. I mean, yes, A.J. Brown is out, Devontae Smith is out. Jahan Dotson is still there. He hasn't been playing a lot, but he's still there. Johnny Wilson looked good in his catch in his first down grab last week. I think he could get involved more. Paris Campbell didn't look too bad. I mean, it is kind of our number one receiver is Jahan Dotson, which, I mean, isn't outrageous. Johnny Wilson's the number two, but we also still have Dallas Goedert. And like I said, Saquon Barkley, he's both running back and receiver. And we have Jalen Hurts who can rush for the touchdowns. He's been doing a lot more rushing. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles here. Easy.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Not.
Yeah.
Patriots at the 49ers. Niners, if you don't win this game, you better start hitting that panic button very quickly, because this Patriots team barely has an offense. They're not going to start Drake May yet. So this defense better be able to hold them to, less than 10 points, honestly, with how good the Niners defense is. They should be able to. I mean, I'm going to go with the Niners here, but something tells me it won't shock me if somehow, some way it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's a bit of a random note, but talking about Patriots starting Drake May, thinking about J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings, and how unhappy Vikings fans were when they found out he was going to be out. Quite a nice turn of events for them. But
yeah.
Regardless, if this was in New England, it could be a bit tricky, but I'm going to take the Niners as well. They should be able to win this, but...
Should. But I know deep down, Quinn, you're not rooting for them.
Oh,
but
never.
Let's go to the Commanders at the Cardinals. Quinn, this one's tough, especially after seeing Monday night's performance. Mm-hmm. This one might be electric in terms of getting to see both smaller, skinnier, but running QBs. You got to love it. I mean, part of me thinks Commanders. Like, my heart says Commanders, my mind says Cardinals, to be damn honest. But I'm going to go with my mind and pick the Cardinals here just because, one, it's at home. I like their weapons a little bit better than I do with the Commanders, especially in the running game department. I think Connor will be able to bounce back compared to Robinson. And the Cardinals have shown that they can compete, too, with elite teams. While the Commanders, yes, the Bengals win was good, but how good is Cincy really? So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals to edge them out.
Cardinals. I'll tell you this reasoning. The Cardinals aren't quite trash. The Commanders are complete trash. Yeah.
They're 2-1.
On a more serious note, I don't want to overreact to one good game by the Commanders and Jaden Daniels. I think the Cardinals are going to win this. I think they're the better team here, especially circumstantial-wise beginning of the season. And, yeah, their roster is a bit better. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals here.
All right, your Kansas City Chiefs at the Chargers. Chiefs, this might be another closer than it should be game. I mean, it shouldn't be if Herbert isn't playing, but the Chiefs managed to do that. But even with Herbert playing, he's not going to be healthy if he somehow does. And if Heineke has to start, they're screwed. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs-Chargers game was close, and a really good game other years when Justin Herbert was healthy and playing. But without him, they don't stand a chance. I'm sorry, Chiefs.
And a game that makes me want to puke. Browns at the Raiders. Can I just pick a tie? Honestly. Give me the Browns just because at least they have a good defense while the Raiders just really don't. They have an okay pass rush with Crosby, but that's about it. And Deshaun sucks, but he's at least better than Minshew and O'Connell, I would think. And Amari Cooper, revenge game against his former team, maybe? Ooh. Which people probably don't even know about. But yeah, give me the Browns.
It's a tank bowl. It's kind of hard because, I mean, the Raiders do have the potential to be a good offense. But like you said, the quarterbacks. Like, running backs and quarterbacks excluded. I guess, okay, what I mean to say is the Raiders can have good pass catchers between Brock Bowers and, wide receivers. But I think I'm going to go with the Browns as well. Like you said, at least they have a good defense and at least they have a quarterback who used to be really good and knows how to play quarterback.
Used to know how to play quarterback.
Yeah.
But let's go to Sunday Night Football. What should be a good game, even though one of the teams is struggling. Bills at the Ravens here. I don't want to dismiss Baltimore because they could get redemption here and get an upset win and establish themselves. But I just think the Bills are too much. I think it's the Josh Allen show. The Ravens defense doesn't look as good as last year's to me. And yeah, they're going to have trouble containing Allen. Meanwhile, the Bills defense, I guess injuries don't matter. They look great. Von Miller looks the best he has in a long-ass time. Damar Hamlin with an interception to complete a great story. Yeah, I'm going to go – it'll be probably close, but I'm going to say the Bills because the Ravens just – I have doubts about them.
Yeah, well, on Sunday night, it's going to be a really good game, I think. I could see this going either way, honestly. But the Ravens don't seem to do well at home sometimes. I mean, they always lose to the Chiefs there. I think the Ravens...
They're a bad home team. They are.
They could very well bounce back here. But I think the Bills might just continue their role. So I'm going to go with the Bills.
Say that louder as a Chiefs fan. You love saying the Bills. All right, Monday Night Football, Titans
Chiefs.
at the Dolphins. Again, ugh. I'm going to go with the Titans despite Willis's questions or Levis's. I am mixing up these. I am mixing up these Titan quarterbacks, man. Mayo man, yes. I don't even know who's starting from Miami. Will it be Huntley? Will it be Tom Brady? I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee because at least they have a quarterback that's used to their system and they have still good weapons. While Miami might have the weapons, but they just literally cannot figure out a quarterback right now. And their defense is not that good either.
Yeah, Vic Fangio leaving kind of screwed him over, even though he was mean. And he made the Dolphins players work. Yeah, it's tough because it really depends on who the Dolphins play at quarterback. Because I think if they had like a Tannehill or maybe Huntley even, they could win this just with their talent. And the Titans are just trash. I mean, it's arguably them, the Browns, or the Raiders. Maybe the Patriots is the worst teams in the league, but at least the Patriots had some they look competent at one point, even if it was like week 1 and kind of 2. But yeah, it's a tough choice for this game. It's another. I wouldn't say this is much of a tank bowl because the Dolphins, they're here because of injury. It's not because they're trash. I think.
Pick someone.
I think I'm going to take the Titans.
Yeah, look at you and your long pausing for dramatic effect here. I don't have time for that.
I was just about to say something when you said, pick one. But, yeah, it's a tough choice, as you can tell. But the Titans will probably get the win here.
Here's what's actually a tough choice. The Seahawks at the Lions. Quinn, I've had a curse here these past few weeks and it tends to be Lions games, so if this could potentially be a game of the week, and none of them have been games of the week. So I'm not going to say anything, but I will say the last 2 times these 2 teams have played, they have been shootouts, and they have been fun and epic games that have weirdly gone in Seattle's favor, especially on the road. So this is going to be tough because Seattle's offense has not looked amazing at all, but they tend to do good against Detroit, while the Lions offense hasn't looked that good, but they tend to do well against Seattle. So who will break first on the defensive side? I'm going to go with the Lions to win this game here because I just think I trust Goff more to not turn the ball over than Geno. The offense has kind of struggled with the safeties they've given up and just the interceptions Geno's thrown. And this Lions secondary got a lot better this season, and Hutchinson might be one of, if not the best pass rusher right now in football, besides my man TJ Watt. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions.
I'm going to go with I want to point out last year you also went with the Lions. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. I mean, Goff hasn't been playing that well from what I've seen, and especially at that home game to start the season. The Seahawks always seem to have the Lions number with that. I don't know what it is, but I like the Seahawks offense. At least right now, I feel like they're kind of at least working better. I mean, their wide receivers at least going off. I mean, I wouldn't say Amon-Ra St. Brown has actually gone off yet this year. I mean, he got 74 yards and a touchdown this week, but it's not like anything like, wow, he's really done really well. It's just maybe less than what people expect, but I think the Seahawks can come in here and win once again.
Don't let St. Brown hear our podcast. He will play on a broken leg to prove you wrong. That's how determined this man is. But that'll do it here for our Week 4 predictions. Quinn, will you please not go 8-8 next week?
I cannot promise you that.
That'll be hilarious if you go 500 again, because I got the edge on you right now in predictions.